This scroll gives you detailed information about a particular building. Use this information to choose which buildings to construct. You can also destroy a building to retrieve some of its construction cost by clicking the Destroy Building button on the bottom left of the scroll. This scroll gives you detailed information about a particular building. Use this information to choose which buildings to construct. This scroll gives you detailed information about a particular building. Use this information to choose which buildings to construct. You can also destroy a building to retrieve some of its construction cost by clicking the Destroy Building button on the bottom left of the scroll. Left-click on a building to add it to the construction queue, and again to remove it. Drag and drop buildings to change their position in the queue. Right-click on a building to find out more about it. You can only manage the construction of your settlement if a governor is present. Click the Show Me How button to learn about construction. The number on the top right of the unit cards shows how many of those units are available to recruit. The rate that units become available for hire depends on the buildings in your settlement. Troops are trained in different buildings at various rates and made available to recruit in your settlement. The icons under your settlement show the income, loyalty, and growth of the settlement. Icons will also appear if the settlement is close to rioting, under siege, or has the plague. Move your mouse over the icons for more information.
Through the holy word of the Prophet, blessed be his name, have the people of Islam been taught to embrace peace and mercy. There are some sins that the infidels commit, however, that cannot be forgiven, and warrant no mercy. Islam can no longer stand idly by and allow further desecration to all that is sacred. Now is the time to wage holy war, jihad, upon the blasphemous infidels, with such fervor that they shall not blaspheme in such a manner ever again.
If you need to refer to them later, details of your current missions are kept on the Missions scroll. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to access the Missions scroll.
Orders. We move, Sultan. Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla. We rest here until dawn. The Infidels' army will not survive! Orders. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. The Infidels' army will not...
You can click on my portrait to dismiss a piece of advice or replay the last piece of advice. The buttons next to my portrait allow you to change the advice settings, zoom to a location on the map, and show you how to do something. There are more advice options on the game options scroll.
Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Besieging this place. Mighty Sultan, do we wait them out or strike?
The strength of an army is shown on its banner. The more colour on the banner, the more men are present. Any stars next to the army show the command rating of its general.
We shall end this day in triumph! Yes, Sultan. Besieging this place. We have the Infidels under siege, Sultan.
To spy on other factions, right-click on an army, character or settlement belonging to that faction.
From the shadows, I shall be watching. Salam alaikum. At once. I serve your will.
Right-click on a foreign merchant to attempt to acquire their assets. If you are successful, the foreign merchant will be put out of business. If you fail the acquisition, your merchant might be forced to retire. Move merchants onto valuable resources to commence trading, or right-click on a rival merchant to attempt an acquisition. Merchants with higher finance can trade resources for more money and are more likely to make a successful acquisition.
I serve your will. Very good. Sultan, tomorrow awaits.
This scroll shows you the known details of another faction's settlement, including the governor, buildings, and garrison. Some details might be missing in the case of neutral or enemy settlements, but a skillful spy is to uncover any missing information. This scroll shows you the details of a character in your faction. You can view their name, role, skills, retinue, and personality traits. Use their skill level to decide how capable they are of completing certain missions. Send your characters on missions to improve their skills.
How may I serve, Sultan? The infidels' army will not survive!
This scroll shows you the known details of another faction's character. You will find this information useful if you want to acquire a foreign merchant, propose marriage to a princess, or assassinate an enemy character. This scroll shows you the known details of another faction's army or fleet. Any question marks indicate hidden details, which a skillful spy will be able to uncover. Knowing the composition of an enemy's army allows you to tailor your army to their weaknesses.
We shall end this day in triumph!
When we are finished, I only wish to hear the lament.
Units!
Your siege equipment is automatically attached to one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right-click on the equipment when the cursor changes to a hand. Left-click on Show Me How for details of your objectives. Remember that the goal here is to capture the settlement, not destroy it. Buildings destroyed on the battlefield will also be destroyed on the campaign map. To capture the settlement, you must kill or rout the entire enemy army or hold the central plaza. Your ram can be used to break down the gates of a settlement. To attack gates, select the ram, then right-click on the gates. Have an expendable unit to push the ram, as they may take casualties from the enemy defenses. Ladders are best used on lightly defended walls. To attack walls with your siege ladders, select the ladders and then right-click on the section of wall you wish to scale. Siege towers are best used against heavily defended walls. To attack walls with your siege tower, simply left-click on the tower and then right-click on the section of wall you wish to attack. Just be wary of any enemy artillery trying to stop you.
You can change the facing, width and length of your units by using the mouse. Select the units you wish to change, then hold down the right mouse button and move the mouse to change their position, formation and facing. When you release the right mouse button, they will carry out your orders.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle. Siege towers have reached the walls. Let our foes try and stand in the way of our might. The cowardly enemy have lost the walls. Send your troops to take the rest of the settlement. Siege towers have reached the walls. Let our foes try and stand in the way of our might. Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart. Our ladders have reached the walls. May our brave lions strike these curs who hide behind them. Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight. foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle. Our men have taken control of the castle! Cassis! Our men no longer command the castle! Wisest one, our men have taken control of the castle! Praise be to Allah! The enemy's general lies dead! Now his men can sense their doom upon them. My lord! Cassis! Our men no longer command the castle! My lord! Our men are in command of the castle!